Action with KSI Press with Jacoby Jones who returns to action October 14th at LFA 144. Jacoby, how are you?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you, man. 10 days out. How you feeling?
Man, I can't complain. Dialed in, really happy, really excited to showcase my skills. It's been a long camp, a lot of ups and downs, but it's all playing out to be pretty good.
Awesome. Awesome. Before we get to your fight, actually yesterday was 4 months to the day since your win over Riley Wiseman. I just wanted to know how do you feel about that performance?
I think it went really well. Kind of faster than when I thought. I told the guy last week, the knee just landed pretty perfectly. There was a lot that I was really looking forward to showcasing that fight that I didn't get to, but it's God's plan, so thankful for that. But 4 more months of just adding to it and adding to my arsenal. Just making me a more well-rounded and even more dangerous fighter.
Awesome. Awesome. You know what? I wanted to ask about your loss at LFA 124, man. Because I always find it fascinating how professional athletes deal with their first loss. So, what were the emotions like?
At first it was like, can't believe that happened. But then like there was a lot of things that I didn't do prior to the fight. I was kind of really excelling with my wrestling game. I wasn't really focusing on jujitsu. I knew how much of a impact that it would take towards my game, but I didn't think of it too much. Um, no disrespect to anybody that I've rolled with, but like I just didn't like see the threat in me. But Riley had a good game plan. He knew as soon as he hit the mat, he had to go to a scramble, and that was something I was still like fighting with going with instincts over just pursuing with the fight and taking advantage of different situations. I was still like a deer in the headlights, just wanted to go, go, go. And so like honestly, I'm kind of happy that that happened to me such early in my career because I'd be devastated if that happened in a world title fight or somewhere in the next stages of my career. So that just helped me become more of a student to the game. I started focusing a lot more on the groundwork and trying to excel in that instead of just being a striker or just a strictly wrestler. So, I'm thankful. Shout out to Riley. He's got some good groundwork, but yeah.
Awesome. So, would you say probably the biggest lesson you took from that loss was just to evolve and be more of a mixed martial artist?
Yeah, 100%. Like I love wrestling so much. I got to the pinnacle. Like I felt like I got to the pinnacle of that. I was always ranked really high, well respected at different camps, traveling to the OTC, training with those guys. Like the only thing I didn't do in wrestling was win a world medal.
Hmm.
So I feel like um, those stages in my life were so great for me for that. But now it's time to continue learning and become more of a student in jujitsu and learning that those stages. And yeah, like I got a lot of great people I look up to, like a ninja and Brandon Royval in the gym. Seeing him and what he does every day and how he can make it so far and being more comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So.
Awesome. Awesome, man. I guess I did want to ask too. After your wrestling career was over, when did you know that you were going to transition into mixed martial arts?
Um, well, I was coaching youth MMA,
Okay.
or not youth MMA, youth wrestling, I should say. And it was at an MMA gym. And just seeing the guys always at the gym and I would just partake a little bit, help a couple guys out in their camps, and then the guy that was running the place was like, you should try an amateur fight. And I didn't really understand I was gonna be a fighter until after my third amateur fight. You can ask any of my friends. I've always told them, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get three finishes. I'm gonna submit a guy, I want to punch a guy, I want to head kick a guy, and I'll get out of fighting. I thought I would get that in amateurs, but it didn't happen that way. Um, but after my third fight, I got in an actual fist fight with who's actually my teammate, like Markel Maderos, really great fighter, and we fought in the amateurs, and that's when I knew, this is what I wanted to do, take it to the next stages. COVID happened, and I took my chances and moved everything to Denver, so um, like just thankful for the situations that happen.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing that with me. All right, LFA 144, Christian Turner. How do you like the matchup?
I'm really respectable to it. I'm thankful for Christian stepping up, taking on a big task. I have to respect him for that, I like the matchup. He's 6 foot. I don't think he has that much experience. He's fought 7 fights in total, all within a year and a half. I don't even think he's been training for a year and a half. So I think he's really eager, which means uh you just gotta respect him. He's gonna be dangerous right off the rip. But in all honesty, I've been wrestling longer than the kid's been alive. So if I want to do that to him, I can do that. So not saying that I'm gonna just stand and bang with him, but I really want to showcase all my skills, put it all together, and showcase. And shout out to him. He's a great competitor for stepping up. A lot of people around the country didn't want to take the fight, and here's a 20-year-old showing he's got bigger balls than all of them. So
Mm.
I'm ready to put it all on for the show, and hopefully he's doing the right work so he can hold up his heart for the deal.
One thing that is very interesting about your journey so far is besides your pro debut, you fought nobody with a losing record. Is that by design? Like you don't want to fight bums?
Uh, I didn't come in here to play around and be on the regional scene. I know what I'm capable of. The people that I'm around know what I'm capable of. And right off the jump, I started my career. I started with Iridium, Jason House. Shout out to Jason. He's been nothing but believing in me and helping me get to the next stages of my career. And we're taking the right fights. We're taking smart fights, I should say. But at the same time, I've told him this in person, like whoever signs the dotted line, I'm ready to fight. So um, I've said it before. I'm not a contender. I'm a world champion. I've seen world champions walk straight into the UFC, and I'm willing to take those chances. I don't want to be 12-0 still fighting in or 12-1, I should say, still fighting in LFA. Like
Mm.
I'm ready to go. You know, Bo Nichols showing it that high level wrestlers, people are too afraid to wrestle them, and it just exposes them and let their striking show out. He's not doing nothing too crazy, but he's definitely being president of what we can do. So
Gotcha. Where did Big Toe come from?
so my childhood nickname was Toe Baby. My brother couldn't pronounce my name. He's 2 years older than me. So when I popped out, he's like, Toe Baby. And they're like, no, Jacobi. He's like, Toe Baby. uh, all my whole life, just always been Toe Baby. Even I graduate college, I'm getting congratulations, Toe Baby. And right when I first started fighting, everybody has to have a fight nickname, or that's what's always the big agenda. And I was asking my dad, I was in the process of making t-shirts. I'm asking my dad, he's like, you're not fighting. He was so against me fighting. But I was like, you know what? You can't tell me what to do no more. I'm Big Toe. Like, and my friends that were helping me make the shirt heard me say that, put it on the shirt, and by the time I seen it, I was already Big Toe. So
Uh,
yeah, so that was the birth of Big Toe, and my friends they make fun of it. And, every fight I paint my toe, and it's cool. That's the big thing with fighting. You got to build your brand and build your following. And one of my best friends created my logo for me, and I just stamp it everywhere, bro. It's huge. So
so from Toe Baby to Big Toe.
that's it. We're growing up. We're growing up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, man. Well, so at the end of the day, October 14th, how do you get your hand raised?
I'm definitely going out looking for the finish. Like I said earlier, I'm not gonna go out here and play with the kid. I'm gonna let him know right away. I'm gonna set the pace. If it happens in the first, it happens in the first. It doesn't matter when it happens, but I'm definitely looking for the finish the whole time through. Because it's not gonna look good if I just go out here and play around and slap foot with a guy that my old coach used to tell me, make easy fights look easy, and that's what I'm out here to do. So.
Love it. I love it. Finally for me, what do you want your next year to look like? Are you looking to get into the UFC next year? Is that your goal?
100%. I was just talking to Jason about that. It's not if, it's when. And we're not really worried about when it's going to happen, early next year or sometime in the spring. I've always said, I don't want to go on contender series because I'm not a contender. I'm a world champion. So whenever Ed's willing to let me fight for the world title, we'll talk about it then.
Awesome. Jacoby, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you might have, and if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you for having me on. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting Big Toe. Big shout out to Clean Eats, been supplying me meals and helping me get ready for this fight. Um, LFA 144, follow me on social media at Big Toe MMA. Can't forget it. If you do, just look down at your feet. Thank you.